Hello everyone, welcome to my video, and in today's video I am going to show you what is VPC endpoint and what are the main features of VPC endpoint, and then I am going to give you a walkthrough demo how to implement VPC endpoint. My name is Azam Badar and I am an AWS Certified Solutions Architect, and please remember to subscribe my channel and like and share this video, and let me know if you have any question in comments section. Let us get started. VPC endpoint enables private connections between your VPC and other AWS services. VPC does not require any internet gateway, NAT device, VPN connection, and direct connect to communicate between your VPC and other AWS services. VPC does not require any public IP address to communicate with other AWS services. And the most important thing, traffic between your VPC and AWS services does not leave the Amazon network, and it's routed through a backbone of Amazon network and does not routed through our internet. And VPC endpoints are virtual devices, horizontally scaled, redundant, and highly available. There are actually two types of VPC endpoints. The first one is Gateway Endpoint, which is used to communicate with S3 and DynamoDB. And the other one is Interface Endpoint, which is used to communicate with other AWS services. I will show you one use case scenario. In this VPC, it has two subnet. The one is public subnet and the other one is private subnet. Because S3 is a public service, and to communicate between private subnet and S3, you use VPC endpoint for S3, that is VPC Gateway Endpoint. And now I'm going to give you a walkthrough demo how to implement a VPC endpoint to communicate a private subnet with S3 bucket. Here I am in AWS console, and right now I am in US East 1 region, and I'm going to provision this demo in this region. I click on services and click on VPC and go to VPC dashboard. And here this is VPC dashboard, and here I click launch VPC wizard. And here I'm going to launch a VPC with public and private subnets. Click on this one, select, name this VPC, and I keep all these default settings as it is, and I only need one more thing. I need to allocate one IP address here, and to do this I move to another tab, go to EC2, and I provision one elastic IP address. Come back to VPC dashboard and this one. Because this VPC wizard is going to provision NAT gateway, and we need this IP address to provision NAT gateway, which I'm going to delete later on, and create VPC. It's going to take some time, and I'm going to fast forward this video and come back once this is done. VPC is created successfully, and now I click OK, hard refresh, select our new VPC and click on route tables. Routes, added routes, and this is NAT gateway route. I'm going to remove this one, save routes, go down, click on NAT gateway and delete this NAT gateway. It's going to take some time. Now NAT gateway is successfully deleted. I refresh this one, and now go back to EC2 and refresh this one, and then release this elastic IP because we don't need this one. This is also gone, and now I show you here I have two subnets. The one is private subnet and one is public subnet. I go back to EC2 dashboard, and I am going to provision one EC2 instance in public subnet and the other one is private subnet. To do this, launch instance, I'm going to select Ubuntu T3 small and select our VPC public subnet, enable public IP address, keep all other settings as default, add storage, add tags, name tag, a public server, demo security group, add rule. The other one is review and launch. Create a new key pair and remember to download your key pair. Desktop, save, launch instance. Come back here and select T2 medium. Yes. Next. Acknowledge this. Yeah. Now I'm going to launch one other EC2 instance in private subnet. To do this, click on launch instance, select Ubuntu and select T2 medium again because T3 small is not available there in this region, and select this one, and this time I'm going to select VPC subnet, private subnet, leave all other settings as default, add storage, 8 GB is fine, name private server, security group, select same security group, demo one, and review and launch. Now I have provisioned two EC2 instances. One is public subnet and one is private subnet. Now I'm waiting for them to become available. I have provisioned two EC2 instances. One is public subnet and the other one is private subnet. And first I'm going to connect to public server subnet. To do this, I'm going to connect, copy, come back here, move to where you have saved your key pair and run this command, connect command. And now I have connected to my public EC2 instance, and now I go back and copy private server, connect this one, clear. Now I have connected to my private EC2 instance, and I clear this one, and I go back to S3, I copy this one, this is object URL, I copy this one and come back here in terminal and I run this command, and it's not going to work because our EC2 instance is in private sector, private subnet, and our S3 object is in S3 bucket, and it's not going to connect with S3 bucket. I stop this. To make this happen, I click on services, go to VPC and click on endpoints, create endpoint, service name S3, search on this one, VPC, click on private subnet because we are going to provision this endpoint to connect private subnet with S3 bucket, and we use this full access bucket policy for this endpoint, and go down and create endpoint. This endpoint is available, and now I go back to a terminal and I run that command, and now our EC2 instance in private subnet have access to this thumbnail S3 object in S3 bucket. It means this endpoint is fully functional and working fine. And this is end of this video, and let me know if you have any question in comments section, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.